Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, in the welterweight division, we got a big fight coming up. And hey, seeing as though the pound-for-pound #1 fighter in the world, Terence Crawford, is in a fight, then it's on. We're going to watch, the world #1, and he has a very formidable opponent in Kell Brook from England. Kell Brook has only lost 2 fights. And both of those fights against people that we consider to be great. Let's say he lost to Gennady Golovkin, going up 2 weight classes from the 147-pound division, welterweight, all the way up to middleweight to fight, at that point, a very formidable Gennady Golovkin. And he was stopped in 5 rounds because his eye socket was broke, them punches from Golovkin. But anybody watch that fight will tell you Kell Brook was the first guy who really put it on Gennady Golovkin. I think he was winning that fight before it was stopped, matter of fact. And that was hard to do as a smaller man. You got to give him props for that. But after that eye socket surgery to come right back and then drop weight, we saw what happened to Roy Jones when he tried to drop back weight from heavyweight. He was never the same. Drop weight and go down there at 147 to fight the best 147-pounder at the time would be Errol Spence. And he was looking good in that fight. But his eye socket got broke. Errol Spence got him up out of there. The other side of the eye socket. So Kell Brook is formidable. His best win is something that somebody don't do all the time. Only the very best fighters beat this guy, and that'll be Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter don't lose to anybody, right? Who Shawn Porter lose to? The very best welterweight at present, and that would be Errol Spence Jr. And the one that was the very best at the time, Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? And then this guy, Kell Brook. So, let me tell you something. Kell Brook is a beast, right? He's a beast. There's no doubt about it. He's in great shape right now, looking big, looking fit, and talking shh, right? Looking big, looking fit, and talking ish. You know what I mean? He is, because he said he's going to stop your boy Terence Crawford, and I'm pretty sure he believes that. There's no doubt about it. But he's a beast, right? He's very formidable, but I just want everybody to remember that after the fight, right? Now, I'm going this scenario. If Terence Crawford wins this fight, it has to stay as awesome as it was. All the anxiety people are feeling now, all the people that saying this is going to be a very close fight, remember that after the fight, no matter what the scenario is, how it ends. Because that's what we do throughout history. That's what we always do, especially with Terence Crawford. For some reason in the welterweight division, all of a sudden he's not who he should be, right? Because he's not undisputed at welterweight. Errol Spence is in front of him. Errol Spence will be the A side against this guy, against Terence Crawford. And he shouldn't be. I don't give a damn. I mean, Errol Spence is my boy. I love him. But he's been a welterweight forever, right? He's never been undisputed yet. We think he could be, but that, we're projecting, right? This guy, Terence Crawford, has been undisputed before. And that should give him the points right there. That should be over. I was undisputed at 140. Nobody else was. And my opponents are formidable before the fight, like Victor Postal. All the anxiety people are feeling about Kell Brook, they felt with Victor Postal before. But when he got beat with his undefeated self and his Ukraine bringing the pain and all that good stuff I like to say, but he got beat convincingly. Right afterwards, then Postal's nothing, but he goes on still to do wonderful things. Ramirez just had a whole bunch of problems with him, and Ramirez is supposed to be the second best guy at 140, and had a whole lot of problems with Victor Postal. And I probably really didn't win that fight. You see? Terence Crawford showed distance with the Victor Postal and other fighters. Felix Diaz, everybody knew he was good. Gamboa, doesn't matter. The Kavalikas was undefeated. You know what I mean? Benavidez, undefeated. You know what I'm saying? The dude who beat Manny Pacquiao over there from Australia. Forget his name. Jeff Horn. Now, he was undefeated. Jeff Horn had just beat Pacquiao and was undefeated. And he comes up, and he's a huge welterweight. So he just came from 140, Terence Crawford, and beat that guy who just beat Pacquiao. And to put it on top, Pacquiao hasn't been wanting to fight him for 4 or 5 years. Yes, #1 pound for pound, and it's not really a discussion, right? But here's the point, just simply. Whatever happens, if Terence Crawford wins this fight, yes, it's an awesome win, and we won't take it away from him. We do this all the time. We did it with Mayweather all the time. Every time, before the fight, Mayweather is going to have problems with a fighter. He goes in there and dominates them and makes them look elementary and pedestrian, and then all of a sudden they're not as good as they were. I'm talking about way back to Carlos Baldomir and that kind of stuff. Baldomir hadn't lost in about 8 years, right? After Floyd does him in, then all of a sudden Baldomir is nothing. And everybody else, right? Let's make something clear. I know people don't want to hear it, but hey, it's a blatant place we're living in right now. 76,000 Biden, 76 million Biden, 71,000 Trump. Divided states of America. It is what it is. So we're going to be blatantly that, and I'm going to be blatantly this. Ain't nobody coming to see no black guy win a damn fight. Okay, that's the bottom line. So let's make sure when we talk about Floyd Mayweather, hey, Mayweather was, the businessman, like your boy Kellerman. He was the business part of it. Well, the business was people were coming to see him lose. That's the business. Ask Muhammad Ali or anybody of color. We coming to see you lose, and we're going to keep coming, right? Especially if you're talking smack. There's nothing better than seeing a black guy get his butt whooped, especially if he's a smack talker. Right? That's where the money is. And let's stop talking around it. Bottom line. Because like I've told you guys on many occasions, how in the world can we not like Deontay Wilder, but like Golovkin? Right? Knockouts. We don't like Floyd Mayweather, but we like Lomachenko. Right? I don't get that. Don't like Terence Crawford. And don't like Andre Ward. How do you not like all four of them? They have nothing in common except their color. There you go. So, but let's be blatant about it. Bottom line is Terence Crawford's #1 pound for pound. To me, this is how I am. He doesn't have to win this fight. He's already awesome. It's all the same thing with Alexander Usyk. He didn't have to beat Derek Chisora. Deontay Wilder, for me, didn't have to beat no damn Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's 50 pounds heavier than him and more, schooled and, experienced. They didn't have to. They've done awesome stuff already. And that's what I like to harp on. That's already awesome stuff. We got to hey man, you better do this to be compared to somebody who ain't even as good as him in the first place. No, you don't. Terence Crawford's already awesome. He's undisputed #1 pound for pound. If he never fights again, he's already done that. So if he becomes undisputed in the welterweight division, it'd be cream, right? Because he's been undisputed. Nobody in the welterweight division has been, and they've been there forever, right? So this is the man. Let's see what he's going to do with Kell Brook. I might come back do a video more about Kell Brook, because Kell Brook is a problem. And he's going to train hard for Terence Crawford. He's in total shape. He's on weight already. And this is Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? He's on weight. So he's taking this seriously because he knows he has it all to win against Terence Crawford. Because Terence Crawford is, in most people's eyes, #1 pound for pound. So let's see what's happening. I'm interested. The fight is going to be the bomb. Doma Sports Talk. Worldwide. And we up out of here, y'all.